Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have bottomed out. Novogratz is bullish. Bottomed out. Don't ever rise is deadish.
Bearish calls to the 13 Fundstrat.
Novogratz is bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon.
I really like that song. It's going to be a hit in the bull run. But has Bitcoin bottomed out? It appears so. It appears we're moving a bit sideways right now. But as you know, Bitcoin went over 5,400 and now we're at $5,089. And before I go further, welcome to the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel. My name is Tony and I got some bullish news to share with you guys. This is of course not financial or investment advice. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Also smash the like button. So as mentioned, Bitcoin at $5,089, Ethereum just over $164, XRP just over 32 cents. So we're seeing a little bit of sideways movement, but a good sign because we peaked over 5,400 for Bitcoin and then we had a steep pullback. Many folks were saying that was related to the Julian Assange WikiLeaks arrest, but we can't with 100% certainty say that's what it was, but we know they have a lot of Bitcoin and they may be selling some of it to cover legal fees, or it could just be a pullback. I don't know, but I'm just letting you guys know of all possible scenarios because we can't with 100% certainty say this is the reason or this is the reason. We can guesstimate and highlight all the possible scenarios, but it's great that Bitcoin is sitting above 5,000. I think that's important and it's sustaining that level. And I think we're going to probably bounce back up to probably 53, 5,400 and probably go higher. I think by the end of April, we could hit the 6,000 mark. But let's see what happens because there are many variables where you can have a whale that's going to can dump on the market. Those things are possible because we're very early. There's some manipulation in the market. But what we saw, guys, we've been seeing some bullish news around the Bitcoin futures longs. A huge surge. The CME reported on it, and it's up 88%, which is very high. And obviously the shorts have pretty much died out, right? But that in itself is a bullish sign. Now, we got some additional bullish news here from Thomas Lee of Fundstrat, a guy you've seen on CNBC Fast Money most likely. And he has a Bitcoin misery index, and he says it has reached 89 on April 2nd. He tweeted this yesterday. Highest reading since June 2016. Interesting. Means good and bad. The good, he said, since 2011, the Bitcoin misery index has been greater than 67. Only seeing Bitcoin, it's only seen during a Bitcoin bull market. More evidence bull starting. So he's saying that, based on the index, it seems that the bull market is ramping up right now. However, there's a flip side to that. The bad, the BMI is greater than 67 after peak. Bitcoin falls approximately to 25%, profit taking. So you have these scenarios, but I think from his perspective, looking at the data, he said the main takeaway is that the Bitcoin misery index reaching 67 is further evidence the bear market for Bitcoin likely ended at 3,000. So I personally believe the market bottomed out as well. I think in December when we hit the very lows. And it's great to see that things are moving ahead. And obviously, I'm talking about Bitcoin here because we haven't decoupled from Bitcoin, meaning the rest of the market follows Bitcoin's movement up or down, which is annoying. But, we're very early. And I think as the market matures, there will be decoupling. But this information from Tom Lee was reported by Cointelegraph as well, looking at his index here. So, I mean, the data, he's providing data at least, and historically it has shown to be that way as far as the indexes and the movements that right now it seems that bull sentiment, that bull feeling is stirring, guys, in the market. And I think when I started talking about this since the Black Swan event, the Bitcoin Black Swan event, I said we were still in the transition phase. And I personally believe that we're still transitioning from bear to bull. As you know, markets move in cycles and these things don't happen overnight. They happen in phases. But the more higher Bitcoin's price continues to go. And even though there's pullbacks and corrections along the way, it's still holding over 5,000. That's a great sign. Now, moving ahead here, we got some bullish news out of France, guys. And we're seeing globally, crypto's global now. And that's why the opportunity is so big, because governments are on board. And many of the governments are having dialogue. They're passing regulations and rules. And France has passed a bill to allow insurance providers to invest in crypto and tokens. Very interesting. That would be like, here in the United States, State Farm or Allstate or Geico or something, they are allowed to invest in crypto. So French insurance markets can now invest in cryptocurrencies following the passage of a new law. On April 11th, the National Assembly of France adopted a bill that is designed to stimulate local business development. Very interesting, including redirecting savings from individuals to businesses, according to a local news agency. According to Reuters, the Assembly Notale voted 147 in favor and 50 against, known as Plan d'action pour la croissance. I can't pronounce it. The act reportedly now allows insurance providers in France to invest in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin with no limit of investment. Guys, the future of this asset class is very bright. We are seeing facts after fact and just progress being made, governments and big money getting in. And it's amazing to watch this unfold. And I always say, count yourself lucky you're here early and you're buying at the low because the prices are going to go high. And we're talking global. This is happening in France. Guess what? Expect to see other countries follow suit, guys. It's a beautiful thing to watch it unfold. And but we got to be patient, right? There's a lot of building that's happening. There's market cycles. There's regulations that's needed. But man, it's amazing to see things like this. Insurance companies can now invest in crypto. We are headed for big things, guys. And speaking of big money, we continue to see Coinbase lose people to the new big players in the market. We saw Adam White, who was a prominent figure at Coinbase. He left to go where? To Bakkt. And Bakkt, owned by the New York Stock Exchange parent company, partnered with Starbucks, going to be a giant. Well, former Coinbase exec appointed head of sales and marketing at Fidelity. Of course, Fidelity launched their service this month, Fidelity Digital Assets. And Christine Sandler, who previously served as a head of institutional sales at American major crypto exchange Coinbase, has joined Fidelity as its head of sales and marketing. In this role, Sandler will reportedly lead the expansion of Fidelity Digital Assets into new markets, as well as take responsibility for institutional customers service. Institutional money, the big players, right? We're talking millionaires, billionaires, guys. So these big guys now, Fidelity and Bakkt and many others, are poaching from the crypto exchanges, especially Coinbase, because Coinbase, as you know, was the first in the United States that really did well, strong brand. They've done a lot of screwy things and took forever to list coins and so forth, but they were ahead of the curve in many ways, except for listing all the respective cryptos, and they lost a lot of market share. Now they're losing people. It's their own fault. They could have been so much bigger, a giant like Binance, but they dropped the ball. And now these people are moving to other places, but it shows the hiring, the investing, the building that's happening. And these big players like your Fidelity, your TD Ameritrade, and so forth are getting ready to be aggressive. They're gonna do mass marketing, gonna go after the big money. So, like I said, guys, the future is so bright for this market. And like I said, the facts are here. I'm not making this up. That's why I tried to show you these articles and so forth. You can go research it and verify it, but it is here. And it is happening. And like I always say, these companies, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Bakkt, ICE, all these hedge funds and investment firms, they're not here to lose money. They're not here to dump millions and watch it all fall away and die, right? Because there's still people out there say, crypto's a fad, it's going to die. Oh, it's a Ponzi scheme, right? They haven't really taken time to research the technology and what is taking place. They just maybe catch the headlines, right? Or they're so caught up in the existing infrastructure that, oh my gosh, fiat currency, I trust the fiat currency, and they don't understand there's nothing backing fiat. It's just your confidence. The government says, hey, use this, and people have confidence. And their counter argument would be like, nothing is backing crypto. What's behind it? Well, what's behind fiat, right? At the end of the day, money and currency, it's all about faith, about trust, right? Because unless it's like even gold, like that's an artificial rarity that we all agreed upon. Now, is there gold have a rare factor? Yes, it's not. There's not a lot of it, right? And you have to mine it, you have to work to get it, and so forth. But at the end of the day, it's a piece of metal from the earth, right? You can't eat it. You can't. You know what I mean, guys? I hope you understand what I'm saying. There's some principles here that I think people have gotten used to, but they can't apply those things to other. They can't, or change is too hard for some people. And I guess that's human nature. Change is very difficult. But this change is going to take place whether they like it or not. This is the disruptive technology. And there's a paradigm shift, one of those points in history and time where there's a massive change that's taking place. So it's interesting to see. And, if you want validity to that, you have the big money, the big players, and you have the governments on board. And that is all you need to get this going. And then eventually the masses will follow. Moving ahead here, the final item, XRP takes another step into mainstream adoption as Skype hints possible integration. This is interesting. The third largest crypto in the world, XRP, might be integrated with Skype after the XRP community made Skype notice their ideas. The developers in the XRP community have already integrated XRP with Gmail, Microsoft Outlook, Twitter, Reddit, and other notable platforms. So this is great. David Oliver shared his idea about integrating XRP on Skype on March 20th, 2019, which grabbed the attention of Peter, the community manager at Skype, who replied, "Hi, thanks for sharing the idea. Crypto micropayments sounds really cool right now. Like any other leading technology company, Microsoft is already testing blockchain. Although I don't have any information about crypto adoption for Skype or any, did I lose that there? Any other MS product, please continue supporting this idea. I will share it with our teams. Note, I've edited the title of this idea a little bit so it fits the cryptocurrencies generally. Although it hasn't been finalized yet, this step by Skype puts XRP adoption on a new level. Moreover, Skype replied to user Dave Jones on Twitter regarding the enthusiasm shown by the XRP community on its integration. So this is interesting, guys. Let's see. They're not saying it's off the table, but they're going to look at it. And as you guys know, I'm very bullish on XRP. I have Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I have Ethereum. I'm bullish on Ethereum as well. And I have some other cryptos in my portfolio. But XRP is getting positioned for a lot of really big use cases and utility. And the micropayments via Coil and the XRP tip bot and so forth, there's a lot being built there. And if Skype and these other platforms continue to integrate it, it's going to be very big for XRP, guys. So this is a great sign, and let's hope they actually do it. I think they will eventually, because crypto is going to become mainstream. People are going to start sending it to each other and so forth. Finally, guys, be sure to check out my interview with Elena, or I should say the CEO of Belco BTM, that I uploaded earlier. A lot of insightful things there, and she gave an exclusive information on the interview where she talked about they are integrating XRP and Tron in like a couple of weeks, and they're going to be launching a mobile app, but they do Bitcoin and crypto ATMs. So their ATMs are popping up everywhere where I live, and they're going to go more into New York City. So big things are happening, guys, to push the adoption and awareness of crypto. So guys, what do you think about the news here? Let's hope things continue to move upward. Right now, moving sideways a bit, and I think Bitcoin can hit 6,000 by the end of April. Do you think so? Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.